Well, a very good evening to you. Many thanks for making time to be with us on this 6th day of March 2024, on a day that the government has, of course, ordered the closure of all bars or alcohol outlets across or near residential areas. This as, of course, the government intensifies the fight against the sale of illicit alcohol and drug abuse in the country. That, among many other stories we've prepared for you tonight. First of all, let's have a look at what's making headlines.
Tonight on The Insight,
all those licenses are declared null and void.
KRA to vet all existing valid bar licenses afresh within 21 days as the crackdown on illicit brew continues.
Tutahamia wapi? Tutaenda wapi? Serikali yetu yenyewe ndio inatupiga. Where are we going to go?
Bishop Margaret Wanjiru claims assault after her Jesus is Alive Ministries church is demolished. And a family in West Pokot County is seeking justice after their kin was brutally murdered.
Well, welcome to the program. I am Ian Keitani and our sign language interpreter is Angel Lois. Remember, you can watch this bulletin live on our Facebook and YouTube pages at Lookuptv. Let's begin our bulletin now. And Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kindiki has ordered the closure of bars and outlets within residential areas and around basic education institutions, terming the current issued licenses to bars as null and void. Speaking at the Deputy President residence, the CS announced tough measures aiming to curb consumption of illicit brew and drug substances.
Drugs and substance abuse, majorly among teenagers, the youth, and even the elderly, are not only a grave social concern, but is now an existential threat to the well-being and sustainable future of our country.
Tough times ahead for distributors, manufacturers and promoters of illicit brew and drug and substance abuses after Interior Cabinet Secretary Kindiki announced tough measures aiming to curb consumption of drugs, among them closure of bars and other outlets within residential areas and around basic education institutions. Kindiki terming the currently issued licenses to bars as null and void.
Any licenses currently issued to bars and other outlets, premises by county governments that are contrary to the provisions of the Alcoholic Drinks and Control Act, especially as relates to licensing premises within residential areas and around basic educational institutions, are declared null and void.
The new measures put all licenses issued by Kenya Revenue Authority and KEBS stand suspended. All existing valid licenses will be vetted afresh within 21 days, with premises approved to resume operations only upon receipt of fresh approval. All manufacturers shall establish and document all traders in their distribution chain. No bars or alcohol outlets shall be allowed to operate beyond the stipulated operation hours. Failure to adhere to the direction, the operation shall be fined or imprisoned as provided by the law. All landlords or premises owners shall be deemed aiders and held liable for renting out space for establishment of bars. All chemists and aggravates to submit their licenses to the Pharmacy and Poisons Board for verification within 30 days. All unlicensed drug manufacturers to be shut down immediately. All vehicles used in storage, manufacturing and trafficking of illegal drugs shall be ceased to be government property. Kindiki adding that any establishment found in breach of provision shall be shut down. County security teams are required to enforce this prescription without fail.
And therefore, this war that we announce commencing today is a war about the future of Kenya.
tough times ahead for distillers, distributors and regulators of illicit brew. This is after the government, in partnership with the Ministry of Interior, put up measures aiming to curb the use of illicit brew. Mavin Getembe reporting for Lookuptv from the DP residence, Nairobi.
Many thanks, Mavin Getembe, for that detailed report. The national government has now declared the persistent problem of illicit brew as a threat to the country. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has affirmed that going forward, President William Ruto's administration will not allow more deaths from the killer brew. The government has furthermore directed security patrol along the Kenyan borders to be heightened, to curb smuggling in the country of ethanol, cannabis sativa and other drugs. Henry Tende tells us more.
The recent 23 deaths as a result of illicit brew in Kirinyaga County have now gotten the government seriously talking. A high-profile security meeting that brought together Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Security Cabinet Secretary Kindiki, and top security officers in the National Police Service was held today. At the end of it, the team had taken a stand.
The matter of drug and substance abuse has reached alarming proportions and is no longer a social issue but a serious threat to our national security. The government has therefore decided that this matter will be dealt with as an existential threat to the very existence of our republic.
Today's meeting revealed mismanagement of the liquor licensing process, the national government directing an accusing finger towards the devolved units for not carrying out due diligence in the exercise.
There has been challenges of enforcement. There has been challenges of licensing. And the problem has evolved into a serious national security threat. To start with the advent of devolution, the 2010 Constitution conferred the powers to license alcoholic drinks to the counties, and that responsibility was being done by NACADA and the national government in a very responsible manner. Since the advent of devolution, counties have licensed almost every other establishment in our market centers and trading centers across the country to be an establishment for the sale of alcohol.
Kajiado County and the Namanga border have been cited as a preferred conduit by criminals to smuggle ethanol and other contraband goods in the county. Isabani and Migori County and counties of Busia, Bungoma, Marsabit, Isiolo, Moyale receiving special attention as an avenue for smuggling cannabis sativa.
And those contraband goods are coming to this country to kill our people when you are there. You are in uniform, you have the law on your side, and you simply don't do what you need to do. I'm telling you on behalf of the President and the government of the Republic of Kenya, it will not be business as usual. And when those goods come to this country, you shall be held responsible.
The government says enough is enough. It will not sit back and watch its people lose lives to illicit brew and drug menace. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
Politician and Bishop Margaret Wanjiru of Jesus is Alive Ministries has accused the government of illegally demolishing a church and subsequently injuring her. The bishop has also accused the Kenya Kwanza administration of turning its back on her despite her spirited campaigns in the previous general election.
Kuna Mungu mbinguni. Vile mnasemanga nyinyi kwa serikali kuna Mungu mbinguni, hata kwetu kwa makanisa kuna Mungu mbinguni. If anybody in Kenya Kwanza government can dare touch my properties, je, na wale raia wenye hawana mtu wa kuwasaidia? Wale raia wenye hawana mwenyewe? If Jesus is Alive Ministries is under attack today, how about the common mwananchi? Tutahamia wapi? Tutaenda wapi? Serikali yetu yenyewe ndio inatupiga. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to run? Mimi mwenyewe nimesalimia watu wa DCIO hapa nikawaambia karibuni mtuokolee. Kumbe they are coming to reinforce their NIS brothers. Alafu wakaitana wengine. So you can really see tumefika place where sisi ndio hatuna mtu wa kutusaidia mahali ya kukimbilia. Lakini Kuna Mungu mbinguni, wacha tuone. My message to the president is that he needs to stop land grabbing in this country. He needs also to respect some of us who campaigned and worked for him and who pray for him and still work for him. They have to be dialogue. If they say they have been sent by the Kenya Railways, can the MD of Kenya Railways come and tell us what is happening? They need to be dialogue. Why are they doing what they are doing? They cannot come like hooligans, like thugs. Since when did security agencies become hooligans and thugs?
Now, law enforcement officers in Naivasha have arrested 9 suspects and recovered stolen vehicles, including 3 vans in an operation that led to the arrest of 9 suspects. Nakuru County Deputy Commissioner Mutua Kisilu has revealed that car theft has become a chronic issue in the region, urging residents to collaborate with authorities to bolster security in the area.
As cases of theft continue to plague residents of Nakuru County, an operation led by Naivasha police yielded significant results with apprehension of 9 suspects connected to the thefts. According to reports, rampant car thefts have plagued Naivasha, prompting concerted efforts by security forces to combat the issue. According to Naivasha Deputy County Commissioner, the joint efforts of residents and police have led to recovery of 2 vehicles within Nakuru vicinity, with a trailer found abandoned along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway.
Tuna magari matatu ijapokuwa mawili yote ambayo yaliimbiwa katika siku tofauti katika mwezi wa pili. Moja liliimbiwa tarehe 14 mwezi wa pili, ile Dualis. Fiuda ikaibiwa tarehe 14, lakini zote yamekuwa recovered kwa sababu ya effort ya officers wetu pamoja na ripoti ambazo tumeweza kupata kwa raia wema. Hapo chini mnaona kuna recovery ya TV nyingi ambazo ziko hapo, runinga nyingi na certain items zote ambazo hizi zilimeibiwa Naivasha na kukua recover Naivasha. Wenye haya magari wengine waliumizwa kama mwenye Fiuda alivunjwa miguu.
Commending the collaborative efforts of law enforcement agencies, Deputy County Commissioner Mutua Kasili underscored the importance of community involvement in enhancing security measures. However, he also confirmed that the suspect involved in the thefts have been arraigned in court, emphasizing the need for thorough investigations into the use of police-like uniforms by the perpetrators.
Bila shaka kuna watu wameshikwa na simu moja, wengi kila gari kuna suspects wako, wengine wameenda kotini tayari. Bado ni uchunguzi because kuna unajua watu wakisema ni police uniform lazima udhibitisha kama kweli ni police uniform ama ni kufanana zile zimenunua. Maana soko sasa zinauzwa mangwada ambayo yanafanana kabisa na ya polisi. Na kama kweli yanatoka kwa askari wetu bila shaka tunaweza kujua, lakini I can assure you hajatoka amongst our police officers.
Area OCPD Stephen Kirui reiterated the commitment of law enforcement to prosecute those responsible for the thefts, assuring residents that the operation will continue until security is significantly improved in the area.
4 suspects walipelekwa kotini na wakachukua plea, wengine walishindwa kulipa hizo bond, wako bado remand. We are still looking for more suspects, especially for those robberies. We have a prime suspect for the filter vehicle. We are still pursuing him.
Martin Masharia, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Double M, for that story. On that note, we take a short breather. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.
Mambo ni mawili, kufikisha, kumwaga na kurudi. Kulala ni mwaka mpya.
Muka we mse. Ni mbaya. Wewe kwani vile dereva anaendesha gari vibaya, lazima tususe. Anaendesha gari na kwa simu the whole time, hata angalia barabara. Wewe dereva wewe. Mwaka iliyopita
ameomba msamaha, tutampeleka vizuri.
Si wameomba msamaha. Sasa twende tusafiri kwa mwendo wa aste.
Dere Smart hufikisha abiria salama. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na NTSA kwa ushirikiano na European Union.
Now, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has stated that the national GDP is expected to increase with figures from the global institutions such as the World Bank and IMF indicating the margins. Speaking at a during a parliamentary session on the 2024 budget policy statement, Nyoro further claimed that the Kenyan economy in 2023 grew faster than that of China and the United States of America.
Following the presentation of credentials, President William Ruto emphasized Kenya's dedication to strengthening diplomatic ties, particularly in areas such as food security and employment opportunities. The envoys are Enrique Javier Ochoa Martinez from Mexico, Danijela Cabrillo Matic from Serbia, Morakot from Thailand, Giovanni Conti from San Marino, and Malaba Mamba from Eswatini.
Me to serve in the capacity of High Commissioner to the Republic of Kenya.
President William Ruto highlighted the role of diplomatic cooperation in promoting climate-resilient development, peace, security, and the resolution of cross-boundary conflicts. Furthermore, Ruto emphasized that fostering robust relationships with the foreign partners through diplomats will facilitate increased international trade and investment. John Matava, Lookuptv.
Apologies for the mix-up. Now, a distraught widow in Tatao village, West Pokot County, is seeking for justice after her 20-year-old son was allegedly murdered at his friend's place. The deceased, Aaron Kisang, is said to have been hit by a blunt object and he succumbed while undergoing treatment at Kapenguria Hospital.
By looking at her face, you could clearly see a state of despair. A 40-year-old widow who has lost her son at an early age after being hit by a blunt object in the head. According to medical reports, the deceased sustained a fracture of the skull and a bleeding in the brain. Paulina, his mother, indicates that Aaron, who was waiting to join university, was the sole breadwinner of the family.
Sasa naomba huyu kijana wangu kweli alikuwa nitegemeo. Nilipoteza baba yao 2011. Hao walikuwa wadogo sana. Lakini kwa uwezo wa Mwenyezi Mungu nilijikakamua kama mama. Nikalea watoto walikuwa wadogo wadogo mpaka hadi leo. Aaron alikuwa amemaliza shule last year 2022 na amekuwa nitegemeo kwangu.
According to Paulina, she was called by a health worker informing her to go to Keringet, a local health center. She found her son crying in pain, and he informed her that he was hit by Ruth's brother. Due to the condition that Aaron was in, his mother transferred him to Kapenguria Referral Hospital where x-ray was done.
Nikapikiwa simu na daktari. Akaniambia mama Aaron nuko wapi? Nikaambia niko naenda kanisa. Akaniambia usiende kanisa, kuja hospitali Keringet. Nikafika Keringet. Nilipofika hospitali nikapata kijana wangu analala. Aliponiona kalia akasema mama nimepigwa na ndugu ya Ruth.
West Pokot Sub-County Police Commander Kirui Kipkemoi has indicated that they received a report from the deceased friend Ruth, who stated that Aaron had went to visit her when they had a misunderstanding and hit him with a blunt object and rushed him to the hospital. However, Paulina states that her son was killed by Ruth's brother.
Usiku wa kuamkia jana kuna rafiki yake ambaye anaita Aaron Kisang kwamba alimtembelea nyumbani kwao na ni kama walikosana na huyu msichana akasema alimgonga kwa kichwa.
Shamila Baraza, Lookuptv.
Let's get sporty now. On the 2023 All-African Games trials came to an end today at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. The 800 meters world champion Mary Moraa and 3,000 steeplechase world record holder Beatrice Chepkoech booked their tickets for the 2024 All-African Games. Hesbon Ocheng will fly Kenya's flag in the men's 100 meters after clocking 10 seconds .22 to emerge the winner, while Esther Mbegari will lead the ladies team in the 100 meters among other athletes in different races. The 2024 All-African Games will kick off from the 8th to 23rd of this month in Accra, Ghana. Now, KCB FC eyes maximum points as they prepare to face struggling Shabana on Saturday in the FKF Premier League encounter that will be played at the Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos. KCB currently settle in the 10th position on the log with 30 points, and the Bernard Malala's led side Shabana are looking for their 8th win this season.
Last game tulikuwa na mistake kidogo, ilikuwa tu about decision making yenye tukuweza kupata bao. Tulipata some chances but decision making ilituangusha. So going forward, tukingoja game ya Friday, tume come up na solution from last game. Najua this time around tutaweza kupata more goals na tutaweza ku bounce back to winning ways because imekuwa ni kitambo sana tushinde. So inakuwa pia si game rahisi, inakuwa game tough, but tuna believe na pia morale ya week wetu tumekuwa nao, preparation imekuwa poa na tuna believe tunaenda kupata 3 points this time round.
You see, someone lied to my friends, the like of Simba Charles Alajo Kiage, James Momanyi and Dennis, that Shabana will of course stay in the Kenyan Premier League. Sorry to say that you'll be going back to the NSL. That is where your abilities and capabilities lie. The KPL is much competitive with the boys from Kisii really struggling this season. Like I said yesterday, you want to attribute Shabana FC as a low-budget Chelsea with a red kit. Now, on that note, we wrap up the bulletin here on Lookuptv. Until tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful night. And to the team behind the scenes, led by Jeremy, my producer, of course, James on the sound, Dennis, Joshua, and of course, our sign language interpreter, Angel Lois, without forgetting Kevin. Many thanks for making this happen. See you again tomorrow. Do have yourself a wonderful night. And like always, God bless.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700 893 542